Have you guys ever heard about the Pyramid of the Sun in Bosnia?
No, I have not.
It's crazy. This archaeologist was looking at this mountain. It had perfectly 4 sides. And he's like, that kind of looks like a pyramid. And so he started doing excavations.
Yeah.
He found these giant stones perfectly stacked. In the middle of these blocks was geopolymer, which is like an ancient cement. This pyramid was built, based off the carbon dating, 35,000 years ago. The Great Pyramids, 7,000 years ago. This is where it gets really weird. He got shut down because Zahi Hawass, the lead Egyptologist, pleaded with the Bosnian government saying, don't let him look into this any further.
Weird.
And so the Bosnian government's like, you can't go dig up anymore. And the whole story just got swept under the rug. And then 50 archaeologists came out to observe it themselves. And they're like, this is a pyramid. If you get a satellite image of this place, there's 2 other mountains that have a pyramid shape to them. It's just so weird that every single culture had a giant pyramid.
Those whips and chains, hey Lincoln, let us go. That white boy good with me. He set black people free. Ain't you nigga, Gabe? Call me boy again and you can run my fade.
My mother didn't know that King James was King of England. She just thought God sent him here to write this. She didn't know King James was such a weird, strange homosexual. He hated women so bad he killed his mother, and his lover was Buckingham Palace. Who Buckingham? His name was his lover was Lord Buckingham, who Buckingham Palace is named after. Oh, come on, y'all. So where do you go? Where do it go? You know. And so one.
You know, Native Americans always ask us, "Where's your DNA test? Where's your DNA test? Why don't you do your DNA test?"
So today we're going to discuss Native American or indigenous DNA and DNA testing.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm here for it all. Let's go.
We're actually going to take a lot of the words from Ancestry.com's website. We're actually going to take a lot of the words from Ancestry.com's website.
Blood quantum was created and later used by the United States government to depossess Native American people of their lands and civil liberties. Now again, these are the words from Ancestry.com.
Could you say it again for the natives in the back, please? Them, back there.
We're actually going to take a lot of the words from Ancestry.com's website.
Whoa, wait a minute, y'all not...
Because the federal government recognizes an individual tribe as a Native American tribal group, it does not mean that other groups are not tribes also. The United States doesn't recognize them based off of the standards that they establish on who would be and who wouldn't be a Native American.
I was going to say, but there are many Native American indigenous tribes that exist today that are not federally recognized, you know, and that is because they did not want to follow the rules, maybe in particular this blood quantum rule,
right,
that said that requires tribes to use this. Now, that may not be the only thing, the only factor that was keeping them from that, but again, it's the United States usurping their authority over the tribes, and so the tribes that are recognized are the ones who have accepted that
they've assimilated. They've assimilated, and that's just the reality of the situation. The tribes that assimilated are able to have their name continuously be in print. Those who are not assimilated, those tribes their names stop being stated, their names stop being printed, their history stops being shared. And as far as the colonial system is concerned, hopefully those tribes become omitted and forgotten, right?
Or extinct, like they say.
This is a down metal gondola which will bring us into the stratosphere. We are going to be lifted up there by Linde hydrogen. That hydrogen will lift us in a place where nobody can breathe and live.
eventually landed near Lake Garda in Italy. From the practical point of view,
According to the Andromedans, 3,500 years ago, the oxygen content was between 34 and 38%. They say today that it is literally less than 17%. Now, those of you who have studied biology, what happens to the physical body when the gas, which is oxygen, goes below 15%? I'm sorry? Somebody said you die? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, why is this happening? Because a group of beings who are Terrans, who are Earth beings, have been made a promise by a group of extraterrestrials that have Orion belief systems that if they will get rid of some of the races on the planet, that the extraterrestrials will use their technology and restore the Earth to its original state. Okay? Some of that genocide was to be done by viruses. And as most of you know, the AIDS virus was created. And there are others that are coming, anthrax and the bubonic plague. You know, all of these things are coming back new and improved, I'm afraid to say, because there's some really, truly crazy people that are in positions of power on our planet. Many of them go back and forth from our planet to the moon. Now, you don't have to buy any of this, and that's okay.
Okay, let me ask them this. Just give me a second to tune in. Are they aware of New World Order and what they're trying to do in terms of the people here on Earth, the elites, the power systems? Yes, we are aware. We see everything. We know, and we observe. It is not our job to interfere with what happens down on Earth. Humans are responsible for their own damage. They cannot blame or ask from other sources to rescue them, is what I'm getting. The challenge for humans is finding a frequency of love. That has always been a challenge specifically on the planet of Earth. We know what they have planned. We also know that light always wins. But however many years this takes entirely depends on how quick the human race can understand and raise their vibrational frequency to a level where nature has to interfere. So they're saying they do not interfere, aliens do not interfere with anything on Earth, but Mother Nature itself, the source that we are all from, Mother Nature and Earth, the governor here, they can interrupt, they can cause things to change, is what they're saying. There's certain entities here that can help. They're saying, for example, a natural disaster, something from the sky that falls, interrupts the plans, people passing away. They said those types of things they can control, not them specifically, but Mother Nature is what they're talking about. They're sending me this quote that says, respect your mother. That's what they're getting. So they're saying when you misuse your power on Mother Nature's land, she will do something about it. And that is something to be feared, they said. And not in a fear-mongering way, it's just a like, respect your mother, this is your planet, we gave you type of thing. Yeah, that was a heavy one.
Thank you, Alex Collier.
It's an ancient race. And some of the details that strike you the most about their civilization.
They're essentially, no matter where they are, they're a one-world government. Their society would be approximately 4,700 years more advanced than ours on a spiritual level. On a technological level, they're 50,000 years. The technology they create is based on a spiritual necessity to evolve and not on one to defend themselves, even though it can be used for that.
Now, when you say 4,700 years advanced spiritually,
yes, how
do you measure spiritual advancement in years?
I don't really know. That's what they've expressed to me, and they don't even use time in their world. There's no such thing really, but they use those numbers to accommodate us so that we can use those as a point of reference.
Many of you consider native to your planet. It is not. During your current state, you cannot enter a direct conflict with them. This is our duty. But what you can do is protect yourselves and survive until our arrival. Operative warning is, death rises in the east, but the west has been infiltrated by eastern agents on all levels. Deal with those agents as we deal with the real threat. We have gathered an armada of 960 war planets in multiple dimensions, 340 of which are visible to you. We have been situated around and beyond the trajectory range of Saturn. Any species activity on the inside planets is considered hostile to you. We do not use channeling. We do not send messages to psychics. We only transmit through a strict medium of neutrino beams. The clear reason is that your oppressors do not have access to this technology. Beware of what you call false flag operations. Earth will be invaded by the Draconian Alliance, posing to be us. This will include atrocities in order to condition humanity against us and to unite you under a world government. Your Illuminati New World Order is but a predecessor of an even more cruel order that is orchestrated by the Draconians' artificial race. The
1977 alien message.
Speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now with peace and wisdom as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you. A short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. Small groups all over the planet are learning this and exist to pass on the light and the warning new age to you all. You are free to accept or reject their teachings, but only those who learn to live in peace will pass into the far realms of spiritual evolution. Be aware also.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop and pay attention. Who knew about the 6-minute long mysterious alien broadcast that happened in 1977? Y'all are gonna want to hear this. They made this message for now. Listen to this shit right here.
This is the voice of Allah, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now, you send wisdom as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you. This is in order that you may share in great awakening as the planet passes into the new age of Aquarius. The new age can be a time of great peace and evolution. your race, but only your rulers are made aware of evil forces that can overshadow their judgments. Be still now, and listen, or your chance may not come again. All your weapons of evil must be removed. The time for conflict is now past, and the race of which you are a part may proceed to the higher stages of its evolution, if you show yourselves worthy to do this. You have but a short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. Small groups all over the planet are learning this, and exist to pass on the light of the dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept the rejected teachings of those who learn to
many go as wide as
pass
this.
into the
Then they run out.
spiritual evolution. Here now, the voice of Rilon, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. Be aware also that there are many false prophets and guides operating on your world. They will suck your energy from you, the energy you call money, and will put it to evil ends, giving you worthless dross in return.
I think y'all pretty much get the gist on what they talking about. Here go the YouTube video right here. Go watch the whole video. I promise you, y'all will not regret it. What do y'all think about Verlon's message to humanity? Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Yeah, things are getting very creepy.
They shooting.
Yeah, they got grenades out here.
What is grenades?
It's like it's smoked out.
Oh, look at that! What the? Look, something walking in the sky. Oh, look, y'all! Something walking in the sky. Look.
I see you.
On my life. Look.
I see what you're talking about.
Oh my God! They got. Oh my God!
Oh, they got grenades out here.
Wait, y'all see them figures? No, for real. You see them walking?
The world is a vampire sent to drain.
Do you know why the American government is lying about black people being from Africa?
Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
You're the best security we have.
That's because they stole our true motherland from us. America.
See, the government lied to you, me, and millions of our people about them being from Africa.
All right, everybody. What is your nationality?
Do they have something to hide? Why would you resign? The lights are on and the roaches are scattering. It seems like the elected officials in Florida are resigning left and right before the new year. And they've got everyone from mayors to city councilmen jumping ship. And why are they leaving so rapidly? A new law is taking effect January the 1st, requiring all elected officials to fill out a Form 6. This would release all their financial documentation of where their money comes from, how much money they earn, etc. Oh, the same form they make business owners complete. Now, many are waving goodbye, saying it's an invasion of their privacy. And believe it or not, but all kinds of people elected to office are stepping down because of this.
Are you serious? He said, man, that was awesome. You don't see those very often, and I'm not sure that maybe it's just a practice run. Let's hope that they're just out practicing or whatever. But it's not very often that you look up and see one of those that close flying right over your community. I've never seen one fly over my community. Get a load of that thing. Wow. Incredible video by Mark A. And if I had to take a guess where this was filmed, I would say Missouri. But I don't know. I can't confirm that. But possibly Missouri, but I don't know. You'll only see here on this channel. You won't see it anywhere else. This stuff is super unique by unique people that had an extraordinary experience and shared it with me. I'm sharing it with you. December 26th of 2023. We hadn't got to 2024 yet. So this is from a few days ago. Photos sent in by Mr. David Dewey out of Alaska. Look what he saw up in the sky. That almost looks like it's out of focus, like maybe there's some energy or something around it. Just so happens to be, it's nearly perfectly round. No other clouds in the sky anywhere except that one, right? December 26th of 2023. I've got another one that I want to show you guys. 3 days later in a different part of the world. Almost looks like, it looks very similar to what David saw here in Alaska. So David shared 3 photos with me of this thing. I zoom in. I don't do too much to the photo. Obviously, it speaks for itself. You can see why he took the photo of the sky. This thing just looked totally out of place. Right here, I simply inverted the format, trying to pull forward any possible features. Still looks obviously round. Looks like it might be shiny right there. Where it's the darker black means it's putting off more light. It's more luminous in that particular part of the sphere, spheroid, whatever you want to call it. But there were no other clouds in the sky, and this thing here almost seems to be radiating, unlike the airplane that we just saw. We couldn't even see heat coming off the airplane. This almost looks like it's radiating some form of maybe radiation. I have no idea, but it definitely looks out of place. Definitely doesn't look like an ordinary cloud. This, again, is just a different format of the original video photo that David shared with me. This is photo number 2. And again, you can see the round structure in the daytime sky that looks semi-transparent. Almost invisible, but not quite. You can see the luminosity across the upper half of this thing. Whatever it may be, not claiming to know, it just looks out of place. That's all. It doesn't look like a random cloud in the sky, right? This is from Alaska, and this here is another enhanced format of photo number 2. These are all enhanced, just very slightly, just trying to look for any 29th. Obviously, this was in the daytime, much like David's experience in the daytime. This was visible in the sky from northwest Oklahoma City. And this is what compelled her to take the photos of the sky. You don't see any other random clouds, maybe a few way off in the distance. But you can see there was what
look how the sun is like perfect. The rays, that's crazy.
In the sky, right? But whatever it did, it seemed like it attracted the clouds, and you can see a nice arc over here on the left, and you can see a nice arc over here on the right. Both those arcs completing almost what looks like a planetary body in the daytime sky. Second person in 72 hours that saw this thing, and there could have been more. These are just the ones that we know of, and David saw something similar to this in Alaska. He was not aware that this was going to show up, something like this was going to show up in Oklahoma. But there was something there, and it looks like there was an attempt to maybe camouflage it or whatever, and they ended up almost kind of highlighting something in the sky. Those clouds definitely do not look normal. They don't look normal, right? You can see something round in the sky, something that appears to be round, and that's what compelled Renee and David to take the photos of the sky. How wild is that? And again, like in this photo here, you don't hardly see any other cloud activity in the sky, but you see there was activity here that just kind of went into a nice round formation in the sky. Like there was something, an invisible energy there, and the water vapor was reacting to this invisible energy. Here you go. Check that out. Whatever it was, if it was anything, it was pretty good size. I think there was something there. I think there was something there that was invisible. It was a form of energy. The water molecules were reacting to this form of energy. It could have been some sort of invisible plasma that was up there in the sky. And the water molecules were trying to show us, say, hey, look up here. Renee saw it, so she started taking pictures. And these molecules were attracted to this invisible energy. Maybe some sort of a plasma field that was in the sky on this day. Maybe it was a plasma field in Alaska on the 26th that David saw. And it formed a round sphere in the sky that otherwise would have been invisible. You wouldn't have been able to see it. But thanks to the water molecules, you could. There we go, side by side. Alaska on the left and Oklahoma City on the right. They just don't look like natural,
Alaska,
random, everyday,
Oklahoma.
ordinary, run-of-the-mill clouds. Because they're not. That's some sort of an energy field. You can almost see energy on David's photo out of Alaska. You can see it kind of radiating out from the center of the spheroid-like object. The one over on the right from Oklahoma City, it too looks like it could have been a form of energy that otherwise would have been invisible in the daytime sky. But we can thank the water molecules.
It's a whole orb over here. I don't think they see that. Like, and it's like it's something in the middle.
Very nice for Renee to take a photo of. So, great job.